Okay, so it's not only about questions. We can talk about anything cabin crew related. We can share experiences, lifestyle, talk about airlines, whatever it is that makes you feel more comfortable and more confident when you go for your interview, because this is what it's all about after all. I mean, hopefully once you all get a cabin crew job, we can hang out and discuss adventures and experiences, not only interview, but for now we're going to stick to the interview bit. And you've taken a course as well. Okay, maybe they think, okay, he's already paid for a course for himself, so he really wants this job. When people ask me this, what I always say is don't waste your money and time unless you want to work for an airline that has this as a requirement. For example, in Romania, if you want to go work for Blue Air, they would ask, if you want to go work for Tarom, for example, they would ask you to have a civil aviation authority or whatever, the superior school of aviation certification and all that. So if you know that is a compulsory requirement of the airline you really want to fly for, then you have no choice. Emirates, Etihad, Qatar Airways, they don't care. It doesn't matter. Yes, you spend 3,000 euro because this is the average cost of the license and the flying hours and everything. That's amazing. You spend 3,000 euros. Now you showed up to the interview, you're clueless. You have no idea how to deal with the customer service situation. You're grumpy, you don't smile, you're very rude, you're arrogant. You see what I mean? Do you think they're going to care? They're not going to care. So I always tell people, don't waste your money going to learn safety procedures that you will never follow if you don't intend to work for an airline that has it as a compulsory requirement.
Okay, fourth question.
I think everybody's like listening patiently as I say. No more questions.
Basically, like Sylvia says, we're these kind of people which had the smile in our soul and also in our face. It's our nature. So that's why we're smiling all the time, or laughing, or having fun. Talking to the others is like part of our, I don't know, human being, soul, whatever we want to call it. So I can't stop laughing if I'm having a nice and relaxed conversation with one of the most prepared people I ever met. So
thank you.
I'm sorry, guys. Enjoy me. All right. Next question, turning back to the serious stuff. We said that most of the time it may happen, people like me, to show up at an interview, which can be overqualified. That involve also a heavy CV. And when I'm saying heavy CV, it means a lot of experiences and a lot of domains and stuff like that, which means in automatic more than one page. So for one person like me, my CV, actually, I'm not lying at all. It's exactly one page. But it took me a month and a half to find a way to put everything in one page.
Really?
1 month. 1 month and a half. So many people they have this question, oh my God, my CV is like 6 pages and a half.
No.
I can't show up with a book. What am I supposed to do? Should I go with maximum 1 page or maximum 2 pages or maximum 3 pages? There are many things all appearance to be extremely important to the industry, which sometimes can be, sometimes no, but they still feel that kind of need, like, oh, I'm so desperate, I need to put this in my CV, you know?
So what we say is definitely keep your CV brief and to the point. My CV, and I've changed a bunch of companies, so I have a good amount of experience, is like yours, a page and a half tops. I can even reduce it to a page if I struggle really. Like if I give it a month and a half, I would definitely make it 1 page.
I was trying to find the best solution. I was like, no, you have to fit in. I modified the borders of the page.
I know, but the thing is, a lot of people, and I've seen CVs. With our CV editing service, we get a lot of CVs, and we see CVs of 5-6 pages. Why? Because a lot of people feel it's so important to make I don't know, being a waitress sound like it's so much more than we actually do, or being a secretary. And yes, it's important to emphasize how you learn transferable skills and how all that experience that you got there is so much relatable to the cabin crew profession. But everybody knows
So
what a
one then.
waitress does, right?
Maximum two.
One, yeah, maximum two, I would say, because nobody reads it, especially for the online application. Nobody reads
On
it.
EK, on Emirates, all right, the recruiter dedicated to every single candidate, and it's not a lie. I was there, and I actually took the watch, believe me, like this, watching every single second. The amount of 52 seconds per candidate.
I was going to say 30, so they were generous. It's true, I know.
Yeah.
Oh, hi, Tatenda.
Can you hear me?
Yes, and we can see you.
How are you?
Hi. We're very
I
good.
wanted to ask about my hair. I naturally have dreadlocks, and I understand they're not allowed. I'm ready to cut them off. So my question is, when I go for the open day, should I cover them up or can I just tie them into a bun?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
Now, first of all, it's true they would ask you to have natural, like not natural, I can't really say natural, right? You gotta have straight hair, so they don't really accept dreadlocks, or what are they called, Sam? I'm sorry, I'm not familiar. Braids, okay, braids.
Yes, no, that's fine.
Yeah, you can't really have braids when you start flying, but for the interview, I would personally not cut my hair. You have to have your natural hair color, so don't show up with a crazy hair color in your hair or an unnatural, if you're naturally brunette, don't make it towards red, or just keep your natural hair color. I would keep the braids. I would put it in a ponytail or a bun if you can do that. And definitely, if they do mention that aspect, if they would ask you, for example, Tatenda, you're not allowed to have your hair braided during the flight. How do you feel about that? Just make them understand it's not a big deal for you. It's just a choice to have them braided, but you're happy to have it natural or straight, and just put it up in a bun. Okay?
Okay. All right. Thank you.
You're welcome. Oh, I know, Alexandra. Thais, we're going to take your question next, I promise. I'm going to read it now while Alexandra's connection is getting established. Thais is saying, hello, Monica and Simona. I was invited to an Etihad assessment day, but I couldn't go because I wasn't secure and prepared enough. And I failed in the last Emirates Open Day, and now with your help, I feel more confident. I would like to know if there's a validity to the online application, even if they don't come back soon to my country. They kept my CV. Thais, first of all, we're very happy that you're finding support. This is exactly why we're doing what we're doing, so you guys can. We're so grateful for this opportunity, and this is what Sam was talking about, and it's true. At the end, what you really take out of this, besides the fact that you're going to get a job, is becoming better people, because at the end, this is what we all contribute to, helping making each other better people. Okay, we're playing with the camera. Making each other better people, and this is exactly what the recruiters want to see, the person you, the unique individual you, as we all are. Wonderful, nice shirts. Daria saw your shorts.
Shorts?
Yeah.
Shirts.
Shirts. You like it? We love it. We were saying earlier, we're such geeks, and we go for. Oop, Alexandra is connecting. Okay, really quick with Thais' question. Thais, we answered that question. If you did apply before, but you couldn't present yourself to the interview, yes, they definitely still have your CV, but you have to apply again, because they don't go back to the CVs of the people that applied before and consider them again and all that. So you have to apply again, then get an invitation and attend an interview. If it's open days, then just go ahead and present yourself to the open day without having to apply online before. Alexandra, can you hear us? Oh,
can
perfect.
you hear me? Yeah.
Yes,
Great.
we can. How are you?
I'm very well. Been watching you for the past 3 hours.
Thank you.
Tons of useful info. I was saying I'm really glad you make us Romanians proud.
Oh,
thank you.
Thank you.
I'm sure you know the situation with various other services trying to teach people.
We do know, Alexandra, and that's why in the last video that I made talking about the Qatar Airways Open Day and doing a quick review, we mentioned this with all our take on what these seminars do. It's obviously people's choices. We are here. Look, at some point we were talking to everybody that was asking us questions, and the truth is, a lot of people, as Sam was saying, aren't even committed to registering on the website to get the free resources. And later on, we realized we're not here for everybody. We're here for the people that really are dedicated to this profession. We're not here for those that want to travel and want to fly because their friends told them it's cool. And we're really here for people like all of you that take 6 hours out of their days to really look into how to make themselves better so they can fit the requirements of amazing airlines at the end. I mean, they're so spoiled for choices, these airlines, that it is no wonder the competition is so high. So we know what's happening. It is people's choices. It does blow our mind how candidates get, I don't want to say fooled into it because we're all adults. We all reached the age of reason a while ago. So, you know, what people do with their options is up to them. We're here for everybody that is genuinely interested in pursuing this profession for the right reasons, and that's that. Everything else is not up to us, unfortunately. But thank you very much. It really does mean a lot to us.
So, you have a question for us?
Yeah, I have a few questions actually, if it's not too much.
We're very good. How are you? Oh, hi.
Thank you so much for answering all our questions.
Of course. Where are you in the States?
I'm in New York.
Oh, so
wow.
This means for you it's early morning.
It is, yeah. We started at 9 a.m. today.
Okay.
Ladies, first, thank you so much for answering all our questions. It's very exciting to talk to experienced people like you openly like this.
Andra is Naina is so sweet, isn't she?
The Big Apple is the best.
Thank you. I have a few questions. The first question, you were first talking to Alexandra about attending an assessment day without having an invitation.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been invited for Emirates 3 times before. I participated the first time of the assessment day, and I went as far as the group dynamic, the group game, but I couldn't participate on the following 2 invitations. And they did not invite me this time, but I would like to attend anyways. And do you think it's okay if I use my old reference number?
How long did it pass from your last attendance?
It's been 8 months.
Okay.
And when did you get the last invitation, the one you couldn't attend?
It was in April.
Okay. You could go. I'm not sure. I don't think the reference number will be there anymore, because what happens is, I'm sorry, when they give invitations for the event, they will have a list with all the people they sent invitations for this event. So your name will not be on the list. But we were saying earlier, I would encourage anybody to go. It did happen a lot of times that candidates show up without an invitation and just take their chances. And you never know where opportunity strikes. Maybe you somehow relate to the recruiter in a split second on the corridor, and then they allow you to attend. So it's always good to attend if it's not.
It's like playing the lotto. If you don't play, for sure you will not earn anything. But if
Absolutely,
you have
I agree.
a chance, it's the same thing. I mean, you go there, and okay, maybe your mind it's set up. Maybe nothing will happen, but there is another possibility that they will take into consideration. Why not?
Yeah, even I remember when I attended an assessment day, it was by invitation only, and there was nobody checking on the names at the door.
There you go. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so definitely go. And if they do insist on the invitation, I mean, if they don't ask about the invitation, that's perfect. If they do ask about the invitation or they insist on it, just explain that this is your situation. You had an invitation. Don't say 2 invitations, because now it's gonna start raising questions. Why did you receive 2 invitations and you didn't attend? So say you had another invitation in April, you unfortunately couldn't attend because of a family problem, and you would really like the opportunity to take part in the assessment day.
Okay, I'll do that. Thank you.
Yeah.
I do have one more question. It's about the psychological exam. Once, a while ago, I applied for a major American carrier, and even before an assessment day or an interview, they had the psychological exam online, which was a eliminatory step, and I failed. I found it very confusing. I found the questions very ambiguous, and the options for response, they were either too naive or too negative. I found it very confusing. And I know that for Emirates, if you're successful to the interview, you will be asked to respond online psychological exam as well.
That's
I would like some opinion.
You have to take a psychometric testing, and it's actually quite important, because the ranking that you get in the psychometric testing stays with you throughout your employment with Emirates, meaning they have a different personality frames, and you fall within one of those personality frames or outside of them. And whichever frame of personality you fall into, let's say you're a leader or you're a follower or you're whatever personality frame, I believe they even have names for them. It follows you, and they even look at matching personalities when they build the roster.
Wow.
Yeah, so yeah, it's quite detailed. It's impressive. They have all that into their system, and they work with it when they build the rosters to make sure that the teams are very I don't know what's the word, but the dynamic, yeah, exactly, homogeneous. The dynamic is very smooth. Now, even in Emirates, it can eliminate you. They say it doesn't. It does if you fall outside of the gaps. And what basically you need to do, and that's the recruiters. That's what the recruiters say as well. You just got to be honest. It's not difficult questions. I'm sure now you have the experience of the airline in the States. It's not difficult questions, but you do have to be honest, and you got to listen to the gut instinct. Whatever your silent voice tells you to answer first, and answer that one. It's going to be your right answer all the time, because it's
if you try to lie, they will catch you, because the questions are the same, but
they repeat. Yes.
They repeat themselves, but differently. So if you lie to one, then again another question will come up, and if you say something differently, totally different,
yeah, it's
not worth it.
It's not even about lying. A lot of people overthink it.
Oh yeah, overthinking. Yeah.
A lot of people overthink it, and when you think I'm very friendly and like to be the center of attention, tick yes, or highly likely, or whatever the rankings are, and then 20 questions later it says I'm very private but like to observe people interact, or you see it's quite the opposite, and you say yeah, I'm a silent observer of group dynamics, I don't like to get involved, and you think yeah, sometimes I kind of like that too. You see, so sometimes you kind of contradict yourself in your choices. But psychometric testing is all about not overthinking questions and just picking what resonates with you first, and then you fall within the different categories.
So stick to my first option, to my instincts.
Yeah,
okay.
That's always the right one.
Well, but I think it's lucky that on the Emirates process, this test comes after you meet the recruiters and you've been in touch, and they don't judge you only for the results of the...
No.
But it was very interesting to know that they... Yes.
Go ahead.
I thought it was I didn't know they use this even to build the rosters and to match you with your coworkers in the future. That's interesting information.
Yeah, they do. We were actually talking to one of our Emirates cabin crew friends, and they were actually saying that they have names for it. Like the cabin crew are not aware of it, but you know, through friends from rostering, they found out that everybody falls into a category, and this one is the lions, or these ones are the bunnies, or you know, they have names for it. It's pretty amazing how much study it must have gone into it, so they can. And it's no surprise, to be honest, because if you speak to the Emirates cabin crew, okay, they do have conflicts at times, but mostly they have tons of fun on their flights, and the dynamic in their teams is pretty good, so they must be doing it right.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. It's nice to know that they care about all this.
Oh yeah,
the energy between the crew.
Mm.
And I have one last question. It's about Facebook and social media. I have photos like with a glass of wine in a wedding, or eventually sitting on a restaurant where there's beer at a table. Is that a complication? Or
I wouldn't say it's a complication. We always tell candidates, make sure you're not, you know, posting your pictures of your last beer pong adventure with your friends, or you know, you shouldn't be looking hammered, or like you're too loud and obnoxious and stuff like that. Obviously, they know everybody has a glass of wine, and they're not asking anybody to be a non-drinker. They're just asking people to be very conservative and very considerate of the airline's image. And I think everybody knows what they stand for. Everybody knows how Middle Eastern culture is quite different to the Western lifestyle, and I don't want to say restrictions, because it's really not restrictions. You just have to be sensitive to their culture and respect it. And if you know that, then you can't really go wrong. So if you do have pictures of yourself getting hammered with your friends, or that's not good. But you know, if you're just holding occasionally a glass of wine, cigarettes are a different story, especially for Qatar Airways. But yeah, otherwise you should be okay. Just make sure that it's respectable,
And
decent,
make your profile to be
private.
private, yeah.
Yeah, we say
Oh,
that
yes.
even with profiles. Yeah, I mean, keep
I
it
think it
private as
is.
much as possible. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Girls, thank you
Say
so much. I'm a big
Ikulu.
fan of you.
Thank
Thank you
you.
for
Thank you very much.
doing, really. It's amazing.
Thank you very
Bye.
much. Take
Bye.
care. Enjoy New York.
Ciao.
I miss it. A lot of people say don't try too hard. What we mean by don't try too hard is don't try to tell them anything that they want to hear. You know, yeah, but you know, the cabin crew profession is very difficult. Yes, I'm fine. I can do everything. Basically, I can move mountains if you give me the chance. That's not what they want to hear. So that would be for me trying too hard. Of course, if you're dedicated, we always actually, because a lot of the recruiters ask candidates, have you applied for other airlines? And we always tell cabin crew, don't make it sound like this particular airline is just an option. We're women, right? We don't want to be an option for anybody, right? We want to be the priority for everybody. So think about it. It's psychological before anything else. If you're gonna give them the impression that it's just an option, well, then okay, you're not really impressing us. So good luck with Qatar Airways or Etihad. So I don't think going again and again to the same airline for an interview is trying too hard. Not at all. I think it's showing persistence. It's showing that you're looking to improve and you're trying again to get better and not giving up. Age could be a factor. It depends on how subjective the recruiter is, but again, if you're proving to be a really valuable candidate, a really valuable asset, you don't show your age like Gabriel. He's
And you don't show your age
and you don't show
either.
your age either. It's true. Yeah, so definitely prepare. I personally wouldn't tell anybody not to try because of an age factor. Because first of all, there is no advertised maximum age limit. If it was listed with the requirements of the airlines to say we don't accept above 35 or 37 or 39, I would say you can still try, but it's listed clearly, so your chances are quite slim. It's not there. They don't put it there. And Emirates, Qatar Airways, and Etihad, they don't shy away from discriminations, right? If they don't want anything, they don't want it. That's it. They say females only. Males, don't come. We're not going to look at you. So just as easy, they can say, you're above 35, you can stay home or look for another opportunity. They don't say it. So I would never tell anybody don't attend. Attend, prepare, make sure you're a valuable candidate, know what to expect, and go for it. Absolutely. You never know where opportunity strikes.
How many times did you apply for Emirates? Or how many?
For Emirates, I think I already tried 4 times, for Etihad twice, and for Qatar three or four, yeah, more or less. And I work for Ryanair for 7 years now, almost 7 years. And I think that may be a problem as well, but I don't know.
I wouldn't say a problem, but as I was telling Gabriel as well, I think they could see you guys as overqualified a little bit. Because cabin crew with a lot of experience, they're a bit, I don't want to say very difficult, but they're a bit more difficult to mold into the new philosophy of the airline. And I can understand that point because, I mean, we changed so many airlines. I still remember the drills of Qatar Airways. And
yeah,
but the problem is that they don't really they don't let me talk. They just look at me, and if I'm smiling a lot, I don't really know if I should smile a lot, if I should be like, I don't know if I should look confident, or I don't know, because I really don't understand what they want.
Well, definitely you should smile and be prepared. What we tell most of our students is to be prepared. It's not to, we don't tell them, go there and be yourself. Yes, on one side, but on the other side, you have to go there and be prepared with how are you in real life, and then on top of that, be prepared and know what they expect, what they want to. I mean, know what you have to give them in order to
work intelligent.
Exactly.
It's true.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The thing is, guys, because everybody gives the general advice. If you look in all the groups, which I'm sure you are all aware of on Facebook and everywhere, people tell you, just don't worry about too much, just show up, smile, and be yourself. Okay, what does that mean? 95% of candidates show up, smile, and they are themselves and still continue to fail. Why? Because I don't want to say it's not enough, but are you yourself? You are there and you don't know what to do. Should I smile? Should I smile more? Should I smile less? So because you're not really
usually
yourself.
I'm always smiling, and I'm afraid that if I go there and if I smile a lot, they wouldn't like it. Or that's why I ask, should I smile less? Should I smile more? But I'm always smiling. It's my posture. It's my life. I'm always like this. I'm always smiling.
It's a cabin crew defect. It's a professional thing. You just
I was born with this defect.
I know, it's plastered on our faces. No, the truth
that's
is,
why I don't know.
You have to do what feels right for you. Again, this is something we can't really, I wouldn't say don't smile. Of course, don't have a stupid, quite plainly said, don't have a stupid smile plastered on your face. If it's, I don't know, a role-playing scenario situation and they give you a scenario with an upset passenger, of course. We did have a candidate, actually at the last open day that we went to, there was a situation when they give you different questions that you're supposed to take seriously and people continue to smile. So definitely go with the game and see what the situation is. During the final interview, for example, they tend to relax quite a lot and they try to get you to relax as well so they can see who you are in reality. So do what feels right for you. But what we say is when you're prepared, when you know exactly how things go, what are the stages of the interview, what's going to happen next, how do I know if I'm accepted or rejected, what do I have to do better, is my CV okay, are my photos okay, do I know how to deal with these situations? So when you know what to expect, what's there to stress about? Okay, there are still nerves and there are emotions during the day, but when you are prepared for it, you know exactly how to be yourself and let yourself relax. And I don't want to say go with faith because it's not a matter of faith, but just...
No, I think I always get nervous because of my age. I think it's the most disturbing thing because I'm confident in me and who I am and what I know and what I like and everything.
You'll find the possibility. Hi, Ahlam.
Hello.
Hi.
Can you hear me?
Yes, just quickly, I'll finish answering Yelena's question. So go to the blog, check it. It's going to give you the option to enter your weight and height and see if you are slightly on the overweight side and you need to lose a little bit of weight. My guess is you would have to lose a little bit of weight. And recruiters do look at that. It's very important, especially if you think of the fact that when you start flying, you gain weight. Because the food is greasy and fattening in the aircraft, and we eat at the craziest hours of day and night. So recruiters have all these things in the back of their minds. And yes, height and weight are very important. So make sure to keep them in proportion, and you find all the details in that blog. Ahlam, sorry we kept you waiting.
No problem. Hello, guys. I want to say at first, thank you very much for your excellent work and for this possibility. Yes, I am from Germany. I'm Tunisian, but I live in Germany. And this topic is very new for me, and I don't get any experience. And my first question is, you talked about the age, and I am 29, and I want to ask, I'm too old, or it's okay?
No, you're not too old. You're fine.
Okay, good. And the next question is, the picture. I want to go to the open day of Emirates here in Germany. This Sunday in Frankfurt, and on 26 August in Düsseldorf. And this Sunday I want to go only to take an ID to see how it works, and 26 I want to apply. I want to. Yeah. You think it's okay, or? I don't know, if they see me on Sunday and then they see me again on 26, it's okay, or what's your opinion?
It's not a problem. It's obviously going to be the same recruitment team, most probably. If you want to know how it's going, you can definitely go, but just try to be very discreet. Maybe not even dress for the interview. You know, don't wear an interview attire. So just try to be very discreet and talk to the candidates discreetly. But if you want to know how it's going, we've got the complete outline of the interview, open and assessment days, and even the final interview in the Platinum package. So if you really want to prepare, go through the resources and you'll find everything there. If you want to get a pulse of the event yourself, you can definitely go, but just try to be very discreet, so the recruiters don't, you don't draw their attention.
Okay, I understand. For the application, they need Emirates Air. It's not like Lufthansa. They need only the CV. I understand it right? Only the CV without
online
a
application.
letter? Yes, only the CV.
So if you're going for an open day, if it's not an invitation-only event, you would need the CV and the photos. You need to carry your photos, your passport size and your full body photo. Now, for the indications on how you take your photos, you can find it in your membership account on the website. You can find the free resource, and you'll see there exactly how to prepare your CV and photos. For the online application, you need your photos, you need your CV, and you need a copy of your most recent, your highest education certificate. Before you get to the application point, before you hit start your application, you will get a list of all the documents you need to attach with the application. So before you start your application, again, the list of all the documents is in the Platinum package. All the requirements and everything you need to carry at every single event is listed in the Platinum package. Make sure that before you start your online application, you have your documents handy, so you don't waste time and look for them in your hard drive or however you keep them saved. Okay, so prepare all your documents, then start your application and do it in one go. It's very easy, the online application process. You just need to attach these documents.
Okay, I understand. But for the open day, I don't need the certificate.
No, for the open day, if it's only a CV drop-off, you need only your updated CV and the 2 photos.
Okay. About the photos, can I take the picture by myself, or it's better to go to a professional photographer?
We definitely encourage you to go to a professional, to a studio, because again, we were saying these recruiters are very spoiled for candidates. They get candidates and everybody goes out of their way to prepare. So when they have so many CVs and photos, the photos that strike the best pose and they look the best and they look like they really bothered with the effort, obviously they will choose those. If you do choose to take it in a home, look for a friend or somebody that can help you with the Photoshop editing. Again, this is something that we do for our candidates because we know not everybody is happy to invest in a professional photo shoot, which can be quite costly, especially in Europe. So during our, with our CV and photo editing services, we write a WordPerfect CV for all our candidates that apply for it, and then we edit their photos. So you can actually take your photos dressed in the right attire in your kitchen, in your living room, and then we edit it perfectly. We put it on the right background according to the airline requirements. Sometimes the girls send us pictures without a jacket on, and we actually add the jacket on top, so they fully meet the requirement. So yes, there are options around it. It's totally up to you, but I would definitely recommend looking at the best way and the most cost-efficient way for you to still look impeccable.
Okay, thank you, thank you. I get another question. Sometimes I get a problem with my skin. Not often, but sometimes it depends on the weather here in Germany, or what I eat, or how I feel. You think it's a problem?
It depends how, you mean you get breakouts on your skin, right?
Or rashes.
Yes, yes. Here, yes.
It depends on how severe it is and how noticeable it is. When that happens, are you able to wear makeup, or makeup would make it worse?
No, I wear makeup.
Okay. It would depend how severe it is. Hopefully not during your interview day. If the gods are, I know, hopefully not during the interview day, but if it does happen, try to put makeup as discreet as possible. You don't want your face to be loaded with makeup and to look, you know, all caked up. So try to cover it discreetly with makeup, but still explain to them that it's not, you know, your usual skin. It's just you have a breakout for some reason, and don't mention it happens to me because of stress, or because it will automatically trigger, well, it's a stressful job, so we can't have you having breakouts on your face all the time. So don't relate it to weather. Don't just say it's this one time. It doesn't ever happen, you know, last time a while ago, but it goes away in a day or two, and they would most probably ask you to send a picture of your skin in a few days when it's gone.
Okay, they can ask
this will happen for the interview. If only if your skin will be, let's say, with problems for the interview, but otherwise, no.
Yeah, if you go with a rashed skin, or you know, your skin looking like you are having a problem, they might, and you tell them that it's not a usual occurrence, they might ask you to send a picture when the rash is gone, so they can see what your skin normally looks like. But if you have no problem, then don't even mention it. It's
okay. You will be there in Germany, in Düsseldorf, on 26th?
Not on this occasion, but we do go around depending on where we are. We're going to be in Romania on the 8th, and we'll announce, you know, our next locations as we go by, because we're not sure. So whenever we find ourselves in the next country where there are interviews, we usually like to show up.
Yes, I want to meet you. I'm a big fan of you. Thank you very much. Many greetings from Germany. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Take care.
Bye. Oh, she's gone. Okay.
Okay. Oh, right. Okay, guys, we're going to try to wrap it up because the 6 hours have unfortunately gone by. You see, it's very easy for time to fly when you're having fun, and we're so grateful that you are with us. We can't leave you before saying, do show up prepared for your interview. It's super important, guys. We can't really emphasize enough on this. Talent does play a role, but if you don't meet talent with effort, then it all goes to waste, unfortunately. And you know, when you have to wait for 6 months to be able to apply again for a job, and you're wasting 6 months of your life, and now if you failed again, you're wasting 1 year of your life, that's really heartbreaking. And that's the reason we're doing what we're doing. We do understand the trades of the business, and we've been in it long enough to know how it can influence your life. It is a life-changing job. Any other job that you can take, I mean, give me anything else today and I wouldn't take it. I wouldn't change my career path in any way. It's a lot of hard work, but it pays off in ways that you can't even imagine. So do prepare for it. We're here to help you, but we can only help you that much. You have to invest your own time and energy and efforts into preparing for the interview. Sam has put the links to all the necessary resources. Sonali is saying, platinum package, here I come. We're always happy to get students. Our students know how easy it is to access us. You guys can see that you can reach us anytime. We're happy to answer all your questions through whatever ways you're trying to reach us. But again, you have to help yourselves also. We've put all the necessary resources online. You just have to help yourselves. Make sure you make full use of it. And now we've extended the validity. Actually, last night we made the change from 1 month to 1 year. So you can access your resources for 1 year. You get extensive details, actually everything you need to know about the airlines requirements in the airlines cheat sheets. Emirates, Etihad, Qatar Airways. We're going to introduce Fly Dubai as well, Gabriel, one of these days. Well, actually in the next 2 days. We're going to give all the details on the Fly Dubai recruitment, where you find the cheat sheets, you find interview questions and suggested answers, you find group games, role plays and scenarios, you find English tests, you find the words, the random words that you pick and you have to speak about them. You find examples on how to think about all those things, how to do your personal presentation. Really name anything that happens during an interview, and if you don't find it in the platinum package, I'll just put my hand up and say I know nothing about this field. So prepare. We are always here for our students and for you guys as well, for our members exclusively, but the platinum package is bringing more and more students to the house and to the community, and we are getting busier and busier. It's more and more difficult to answer everybody. So that's why we're going to be focused on the students and as much as possible on our members as well. But the Hangouts in the future will be dedicated to our students so we can answer all of their questions and really set them up for success.